State of Ohio versus Michael McKee.
Michael McKee appearing in court in Columbus, Ohio today, charged with the murder of his ex-wife Monique Tepe and her husband, Dr. Spencer Tepe.
The plea of not guilty form has been executed and signed on behalf of my client.
McKee's attorney Diane Menashe, an accomplished defense lawyer winning acquittals in several local murder cases. Menashe pleaded not guilty for McKee, who appeared via video link from jail, his highly anticipated appearance lasting just 48 seconds.
There's a body. He's laying next to his bed, off of his bed, in his blood.
It was a shocking crime that rocked the Columbus neighborhood. Late last month, a husband and wife discovered shot to death right after their 5th wedding anniversary.
The urgent search for answers in the killings of a dentist and his wife in their home in Columbus, Ohio.
Folks in the neighborhood shocked by this news.
My heart just goes out to them. That's terrible to hear that it happened, especially so close. It is a little bit worrying, but all I can think about is those kids.
2 young children, a 1-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl, left unharmed, yet orphaned.
Our hearts remain with Spencer and Monique, their loved ones, and especially the children impacted by this unimaginable loss.
I mean, how do you tell a 4-year-old you're never going to see your mom and dad again? That they're not just a dentist and his wife who were murdered, they were excellent parents of 2 young children.
The children are now living with their late father's parents.
This is the critical spot in the investigation. So police believe this is the alleyway killer used to access the Tepe's home. This is the Tepe's home. This is their detached garage.
Police releasing this grainy video now say it's suspect Michael McKee walking through the alley behind the Tepe's house.
This was a targeted attack. This was a domestic violence-related attack. And we have the suspect's vehicle on neighborhood video surveillance arriving just before the murders and leaving shortly after. Detectives were able to link this vehicle to McKee. The vehicle was located in Rockford, Illinois.
The Tepes were killed between 2 and 5 a.m. Police don't yet know if there was a single triggering event that would have led to the crime being committed. The second floor is key. So up there, we know that the bodies of Monique and Spencer Tepe were found in their bedroom.
After Spencer did not show up for work the next morning, his colleagues grew concerned.
He is always on time. This is very out of character. And we can't get in touch with his wife, which is probably the more concerning thing.
Recently released body cam shows a Columbus police officer had gone to a different address than the Tepes, responding to that 911 call about a wellness check around 9:15 a.m.
Anybody home?
He spent about 10 minutes doing what he thought was appropriate, had it been the right house, knocking on the door, going around to the backyard, doing all the things that you would do in an effort to try to reach out to the family or to anyone that may have been in that home.
It was the old college chair, eh?
About a half hour later, concerned friends showed up and called 911 again.
So I can hear kids inside, and I swear I think I heard one yell, but we can't get in. At this point, I don't know if I need to break the door in or just get in the house or what.
Police say Spencer had been shot multiple times. Monique was found with at least 1 gunshot wound to the chest.
Law enforcement says they found 3 9mm shell casings at the scene, along with 2 dead bodies. The gun they found in McKee's home that they're tying to the murders had a silencer on it, which tells us a number of things. 1, people in the vicinity during the murders might not have heard the shot go off, and 2, there was definitely a level of preparation and thinking going behind these murders.
However, the children and the family dog were unharmed. Authorities say there was no sign of forced entry.
The morning the Tepes were found was chaotic, and many in the community thought someone was on the loose. Someone killing individuals, whether it be for a targeted reason or random. The community was on edge.
Spencer and Monique had been a beloved part of the neighborhood.
Bright, warm, welcoming, constantly smiling, just joyous. They love to laugh. They love to be goofy.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
To their family and friends, the couple was deeply in love, hosting their wedding at that home in 2021.
It was just a magic moment. It was kind of the uniting of 2 families. Those 2 brought people from different sides together, and they were just the glue.
On January 10th, after a 10-day manhunt, police announced an arrest. The details were shocking. The suspect, the ex-husband of Monique Tepe, named Michael McKee, a 39-year-old vascular surgeon living in Illinois.
We have the suspect's vehicle on neighborhood video surveillance arriving just before the murders and leaving shortly after. Detectives were able to link this vehicle to McKee.
Law enforcement says they were able to look through different cameras in the neighborhood to get that grainy video. And from there, they were able to connect where that individual went to their car, further surveillance showing where that car went, getting a match on the license plate, and ultimately connecting it to Michael McKee some states away in Illinois.
We can also say that multiple weapons were taken from the property of McKee. And there is a preliminary link to one of the weapons that ties it to the homicides.
According to court documents, Monique and Michael were married from 2015 to 2017.
She left him after 7 months just because she just had to get away from him.
Monique divorced McKee in 2017 on the grounds of incompatibility. Neither was ordered to pay spousal support.
He and Monique, the victim in this case, were married for about 2 years, but that marriage was dissolved somewhat amicably.
On January 16th, a grand jury in Ohio indicted McKee with 2 counts of aggravated murder, 1 count of aggravated burglary, and 2 counts of aggravated murder committed during the course of an aggravated burglary.
Ultimately, this is a case that's potentially moving towards trial where McKee could face the death penalty, even though Ohio has suspended it temporarily.
But the mystery remains. Why did McKee drive more than 300 miles to kill his ex-wife and her husband 8 years after they got divorced? We will, of course, continue to follow this case as it unfolds.